Hi, guys. Welcome back to Two Moms, Too Much Coffee. This is Jashelle, and we have
Hey, it's Tempest.
a Tempest.
Hi.
How
I
are you?
am, yeah, yes, let's get to it. I am exhausted. But I'm actually pretty good, all things considered. It's just been a long day, but the rest of the week has been good.
Good.
It's been pretty good.
Anything
What about you?
good? I'm also very tired. I got back from my work trip yesterday morning. Yesterday, yeah. It feels like it's been several days in between then, but yesterday. Um, but as some of you may know, work trip is very much work, so and travel. So there was no like relaxation or anything. But I'm good. I'm very tired, kind of like catching up from all of that and getting everything back in order. But you know, it was good.
Good. I know that you actually called me during your work trip to talk about a refrigerator fiasco.
Yes,
Uh, please, let's talk about it.
refrigerator gate is what I'm gonna call.
Your refrigerator
Yeah,
gate.
I I literally had to FaceTime Tempest in the middle of my work trip because I was so mad. Okay, so I'm still breastfeeding, as you all know. And I had everything in order. I will say my job does a really great job of taking care of us. Like, they ordered the milk stork box again. They let me know everything was good. They have a little mother's room, all of that. Uh, and then I think to their knowledge, we were staying in a hotel with a fridge. So, they try to get everything in order.
Because that's
This
normal.
is normal.
Most, hotels have
Refrigerators.
refrigerators.
Yes, yes. Check into my room. I was, like, so ready. I was like, "I'm gonna just check in. I'm gonna pump. I'm gonna take a shower, and I'm gonna go to bed." Everyone from my job was, like, going out to the bar. I was like, "I'm not doing that." I'm, like, taking advantage of having silence and going to bed. So I get up to my room, and I open the little thing to look at the fridge so I can get everything ready, and it says, "This is a cooler, not a fridge." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" And then on there it says, "If you have perishables or whatever, please contact the front desk." I'm like, all right, maybe they're gonna switch this out for, like, a fridge, because obviously, if I put in my warm milk into a cooler, there's nothing to cool. It's not gonna get cold. So, I would have to toss it. So, I call down to the front desk. No one's answering. I'm like, "Okay, okay, cool." So then I walk all the way down there and I'm like, "Hey, my room doesn't have a fridge. Like, do you have an extra fridge that you guys can switch out? Because I'm breastfeeding. I have breast milk." And he's like, "Oh, no, you'll just bring it down and put it in our fridge." What?
That's that's like such a man made literally like a man as in like a human man.
Yes.
That's a choice by a man.
Yes.
Because even the suggestion, not only the fact that there's like no refrigerator, whatever, okay, weird choice, but then that the like next step is to bring your breast milk down to a refrigerator that you have no control over who's in and out of is insane.
And
That's insane.
insane. So I literally said, "What?" I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you just bring it down, you put your name on it, we tag it, and then it goes in our, like, fridge." What? Like, I, like, couldn't even I wasn't even, like, processing my thoughts fully, and I just was like, "Okay, like, that doesn't make any sense, but okay," like, so I go back to my room and I'm thinking, I'm like, for, like, me, I don't pump during the night anymore because I just don't, but I still do, like, a very late pump before I go to bed. But I'm thinking for all of the women that do pump through the night, you're saying that every 2 to 3 hours whenever you pump, I'm supposed to bring my milk downstairs to give to front desk to put in the freaking fridge? What? And I was, like,
Yeah.
also thinking, like, there's just so many inconveniences, like, all of my coworkers were at the bar. I wasn't gonna pump at 10:30 at night, walk downstairs in my pajamas with my whole entire company down there to give you just so many things that were wrong. So I couldn't
Mhm.
shower until literally after my last pump. I ended up calling them and I was like, "I have an issue with this." Like, I was like, "This is not okay." I was like, I pump every 3 hours, so I'm supposed to just bring you my milk, like, in the middle of the night? Like, this doesn't make sense." Then he just ended up being like, "Yeah, we'll just move you into a new room tomorrow. Like, I don't have a room tonight, but I'll just move you." Why wasn't that the first solution?
Right.
Like,
Like, I
why
can't imagine they have, like, a significant amount of, like, actively pumping mothers, but the fact that that isn't the option, like, it should be protocol. Like, "Oh, I didn't realize you're a pumping mom, let's get you a new room."
Right.
Or, why don't you have, like, just a few mini fridges? Like, what is
And why did we
happening?
switch out coolers for fridges? Talk to some of my coworkers, some of them had fridges, some of them have coolers. Like, I don't understand why there was, like, one or the other. Either way, it was just very annoying. So I ended up switching a room the next day, but I was just I called Tempest and I was literally like fuming because I'm like, "What in the hell? Why would you not have a fridge?" I called my mom and my sister.
Mhm.
Then I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna put it on ice. I'm just gonna put it on ice until I have to go downstairs, so I'm not having to go downstairs multiple times." Couldn't find the ice machine. There was no ice machine. The ice machine was
Oh
broken.
my goodness.
Mind you, this was a very nice hotel, so it was like it wasn't like you get what you pay for. It was like you could see New York City's line. Like, it was a very nice hotel. Had to go to the bar to get ice anyway. I just so it was
Of
really
course.
very frustrating. Like, it's already a hassle, like, pumping in general, like, at home, but then adding all of the extra measures of, like, having to clean your pumps in the hotel sink, like, all of the extra things that, like, all I wanted was ice and or a
Yeah.
fridge.
Yep.
So, yes,
Anyway, we could call him out if you want, just saying.
I won't do that because I know my job often books there. So, just in case, but
Well, I'm gonna go with it's one of the big
it's
chains.
a yes, it's a big chain. It is that usually has, like, signature autograph locations. Do that with what you will. Yes,
Love it. Well, I am sorry that happened to you, and that's really stupid.
yeah,
Like, there's no other word for it.
it's
But I am glad that they moved you rooms.
yeah,
I'm happy they did that.
yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
alright. I will say comparing my trip this time, like, last time I was like, "Oh, weird about pumping on the plane." Yeah, I think I'm over that. I was, like, on the window seat, and I took my cups out, and I just was like, "I don't care, like, I have to pump." So, that was fun.
Right.
The whole travel part of it was good, but the hotel. So, maybe next time there'll be no problems at all since I've had problems each time and just dwindling them down.
Yeah. Well, good. Good. I'm glad it all went well. Um, did you see that Emily Kaiser, the
Mhm.
very famous influencer, I believe she's on Instagram too, but I know her from TikTok.
Mhm.
The one whose kid passed away from drowning in a pool,
Mhm.
and it was very, very viral. Like everybody was talking about it. I saw that she is back on TikTok.
Yes.
And I feel like I have so many thoughts. Not that my thoughts are warranted here at any point, but I'm gonna give them anyway because she's public and I am gonna talk about it. Um, I'm like so torn because it's like I TikTok like full on went into her whole life, like the community, TikTok community went into her whole life. There's so many news articles about like people going onto her property or blaming her for her child's death and all of this stuff that they just like don't know because they're not, the police investigators or they weren't there. And now she's like back in the public eye, like back on TikTok. I think it was just like a weekend reset
Yeah.
TikTok, which is it just felt weird to me. But I mean that it's her job.
Yeah.
So I kind of get it, like she has another kid that she has to make money for, and so that's the way she does it. But I don't know if I would do the same. I really I truly don't know what I would do because
Yeah.
that's a very hard thing to figure out what you would do in that instance.
Yeah. I saw her had originally post it was just, like, text, um,
Mhm.
about, like, she didn't know when she was gonna come back and all of that, and then I saw the video last night. Like you said, it was very viral. Like, I feel like my TikTok just now started calming down from, like, random, like, Emily Kaiser comments and stuff like that. And now it's picked back up because she posted, but she had said in there, like, "I don't even She's like, "I'm very nervous to do this. I don't even know really where to start or where to begin." So she probably was just like, "This is probably the most basic thing that I could do to just, like, start making money again." Because it's like she
Yeah.
it's like any other thing, like, your child passes away, most other jobs, you probably get, what, a couple weeks off? And you have to be
Yeah,
back to
well, if you work at any of my last jobs, you get 5 days
sick.
of bereavement,
Disgusting.
which is wild.
Yeah, well, welcome. I'm sure that's not
Yeah.
like that anywhere else, besides America. But, yeah, so she's like, I have to keep up with my lifestyle, I have to start, and I think she would be judged either way. She didn't come back. People
Mhm.
are like, "Oh, she's hiding and because she did something wrong." Like, you don't come back to media or to content, then you're, like, hiding because she did something wrong, and so, like, or she comes back and people are gonna be like, "Oh, how are you back so early?" When it's like, ideally, in a corporate America, you'd have to be back in what, 5 days? So it's just like I also don't really know
Right.
how to feel, because I have not been in a situation, God, you know? But it's just I feel like she just probably doesn't even know where to begin,
Mhm.
and who would know where to begin? But, like, she has to
Yeah,
keep up with her lifestyle. I mean, she's in this huge home, so and I don't even know what her
right.
husband does, so, like, yeah. I literally with watching the video, I just was like, she's cleaning. I mean, okay, so my dad passed away. It's very different, obviously, but my dad passed away, and there'll just be like random things throughout my day where will remind me of my dad. And I'm like, you're cleaning your house, and I know that whole entire time watching this video, you cleaning your house, you were thinking about your son the whole entire time. Like he probably sat
Right.
here, he played with this toy, and I just like I just can't imagine. Like I don't know, I don't know. I have so many thoughts,
Yeah.
so many, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's, like, obviously no right answer. Exactly like you said. Either if she did it if she came back, everybody would be like, "Oh, you came back." And if she didn't come back, exactly, you'd be hiding. You hate your husband, whatever it is. All in all, though, I could not imagine being in her place. That is the worst,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I don't have to ever think about what I would do because I
Yes.
don't know.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to ever know, and I don't wanna think about what I would do. I just wanna pretend that that would
Yeah.
never happen to me, and so, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
Well, it's fall.
to say it is fall, y'all. But on that note, it being fall, we need to talk a little bit about kind of what we're going to be doing different this season.
Mm.
And could be season of life, could be season actually being fall. Love to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking?
It's Florida, so we don't really have, like, a fall, but
Mm-hmm.
it's been disgusting outside. So one of the things that I'm hoping is like it'll start cooling down and we can get back into our routine of going on walks and like having outside time. We've been like pretty much very cooped up. Even if we go to the like find some type of event, we're doing like the aquarium because it's inside. It's like, dangerously hot outside. So I'm hoping we can start getting into like our routine of being outside more, hoping to do our first like pumpkin patch activity. And just I don't know, we have like a yearly pass to Busch Gardens, which is an amusement park here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping to use that a couple times. We haven't used it all summer. We only used it like once when Naya was very, very baby. So she wasn't taking things in yet. So we're hoping to do, just more outside activity as in a change of routine. Um, but I don't know. It's hard to say with Florida if it's gonna cool down at any point before January. So yeah. That's just for
Yeah.
starters. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. Having on the kid routine change. A lot of our life right now revolves around being outside, because this is the time in Ohio to
Mhm.
do it. So most days we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go to the pool, and then after that, we're gonna go on a bike ride, and we're gonna, play outside, and that's gonna very quickly come to an end. The pool already closed for the season,
Mm,
so it's just like now we got to figure out what to do differently that's not just turning on the TV, because I refuse to be that person. Mostly because Abel turns into a little demon if he gets too much TV. And so, I don't want that.
Fair.
And so yeah. And so I'm kind of thinking, I need to kind of do a little bit more planning as to like inside activities for him. Obviously, I work during the day and then he's at daycare. So it's not really a lot of time when he gets home between making dinner and getting ready for bed. And so, really, the activity doesn't need to be like super cumbersome or anything. So I'm thinking we're gonna like kind of make some, preschool-esque activities inside, figure that out, and change up the routine a little bit so it's not just going out on a bike ride, but it might also be with the season, it might not change super quickly, and we'll be able to still hang on the outside for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like just it is that time of just having a little bit of change, but and it wouldn't like throw them off because they're still doing something, some type of activity. Which is like what we have noticed is like the more activity obviously we do, which it makes sense. The more activity we do, the more tired she actually is at night.
Mhm.
So when we're out and about and we're outside, that's when she's like really exhausted and goes sleeps through the night versus when we're cooped up all day. Um,
Right.
are there are you guys gonna do pumpkin patch or anything like that? Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. We do a pumpkin patch every year. It's actually like I wouldn't say amusement park by any means, but it is a very large, like, probably, like, I don't know. I don't know math that well, but, like, 50 acres. It's like a
Means
very
nothing to me.
huge place, right? And that's why I'm, like, fully guessing, but they have potato sack slides, and so, like, you go down the slide, and then you go on a tractor ride, and so they have a corn maze. They have a miniature corn maze, and they have an obstacle course inside,
Mm,
like, the little forest they have, and they have, like, horses there, and they have, like, actual pumpkin patch. They have a lot of different farm animals and, food. And so we go to the same one every time, and it's actually never that crowded. I feel like people don't know about it because it is a little bit outside of Columbus,
yeah.
but it is great.
Yeah.
And so that's what we do every year. We've done it now 2 years. I guess April's 2, so that would make sense. 2 years now, and so this will be the 3rd year that we go
Oh,
and do that.
I like
Yeah.
that. We have something like that here, and I wanna say I was looking for it the other day, and I think it shut down after, like, I don't know, we
No.
haven't been since literally pre-COVID, and I think it shut down after that, but it was same thing, like corn maze, they have, like, food trucks, and they have, like, fall drinks and all of the things, and we were thinking about going this year,
Mhm.
but I think they shut down, so we're gonna have to find something else, but yeah, I'm excited for that. Are you gonna do
Yeah.
any new, like, fall type foods with Sequoia to try?
Um, Obviously, we're gonna have to do like, the fall for me is so hard because it's just like the high calorie food,
Mhm.
so unlikely I'm giving Sequoia any of the new stuff because it's all gonna have so much sugar in it.
Yeah.
But she actually did eat an apple donut, not the whole thing. It was like a very, very small bit when we went apple picking because she's obsessed with apples, but I won't let her have an apple in her car seat,
Mhm.
obviously, because she's 8 months old, and that's crazy. And so while we were at the apple picking, she was just like licking the apple and like trying to gnaw on it. And anytime you took it away, she started wailing.
Oh.
Like she was pissed, like actively mad. And so we were like, We gotta get this apple away from her," without her, like, being, like, so mad. So we gave her, like, a little breadcrumb of a apple donut, and her whole brain, like, went, it's just, "What is that magical sugar?"
She was like her brain, like, went insane when she had it.
Yes, absolutely. Like she had never tasted anything like that before. And so that's probably the bulk of what she's gonna get is that tiny bit of apple donut.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think one thing I'm actually gonna do, sorry, I changed it a little bit from food. I'm trying to focus a little bit more on community building
No.
because in Ohio, it gets dark and it gets cold and then you're just inside. And
Mhm.
I don't like that. I really hate being inside all the time, especially with kids. Like, there are some people that just like stay inside. They're like, well, this sucks. I'm like, yeah, that's because you are inside all the time.
Mhm.
And so my goal is to build a community with inside of the people I know already that I really like. And then kind of like tag in their community too, because I know and trust them already.
Yeah.
And so that way I can grow who I know a little bit more, but also have places and people to see and go and hang out, even if it's at their house with their kids or, if it's someone that's childless, like with just who they are, um, is helpful for me in this new season
Yeah.
because I'm trying to get out on the town more.
Hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, and that's something, like, we have been discussing too, just because we have friends that if they're pregnant right now or they just had their baby, so they're closer in age, um, and just kind of, like, connecting with that and connecting with their friends who do have kids, just because it is not to, like, leave out our friends who do not, but it is just a little bit different, obviously, and the understanding of how, like, if we're gonna go do something, it needs to be kid friendly that I can bring Naya to, but also the understanding of,
Hmm.
like, it's not gonna be at 7 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night, and, I might be a little late because of nap time, but just kind of, like, leaning more on that community, and just, like, bonding more so then she has someone, others to grow up with,
Yeah.
especially just because like, I don't think we're gonna be staying in Florida forever. No. I don't it's not that I don't think. We are not going to be staying in Florida forever, so, like, really leaning into the community now while we have them and before we have to start kinda scratch somewhere else is we're finding that to be, more important. So, I definitely agree with that, especially if you, like, already know and trust them. It's just kind of like, why are we
Hmm.
not already doing that?
Exactly. And as I have said on previous podcasts, I feel like every mom out there is like, just like, like doing whatever they can to like have more friends because we're at home so often. And so hopefully it is well received once I'm like, okay, hey, me and my kids are coming over, or do you want to come over? Whatever it might
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be because like you said, everyone is home moms are looking for that. So I like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one to add to your new routine.
Yeah. I did cut you off though about the foods. Is
Oh,
there any new foods you're gonna be trying with Naya?
nothing crazy. I do want to do pumpkin,
Okay.
and try pumpkin, but just like not like pumpkin pie mix or anything because of the sugar, but just like straight pumpkin. Um, and maybe like some type of fall like squash or something like that. We'll see though. We're trying to do more. We've done a lot of like single, I don't even know what to call it, single foods. What do you call that when it's not mixed with anything else?
Um,
Just
Step 1 is kind of what I see a lot,
yeah.
but, yeah,
Yeah.
this just like one
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 food.
food.
Like
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know what
Yeah.
to call that. But we are trying to like do a lot more mixtures. So we'll probably do like pumpkin mixed with a couple of things. But that's been going well. Just I don't know. I'm kind of at a not like a loss, but like a
Mhm.
standstill because we're doing different foods, but I also don't wanna do too much baby-led weaning because 'cause I'm scared. So we'll see what kind of fall foods we add in or something.
Yeah, I've slowed a little bit on the baby-led weaning because 'cause I'm waiting for her teeth to come in. She does good with some things, but some things she, like, has like, chokes it up, and I don't
Mhm.
like seeing that. And I just feel like if you just get, like, 2 teeth and be able to chew it up a little, it'll go so much more
Yeah,
smooth. So, I feel you on, being nervous.
yeah. Well, Naya has 2 teeth, and she
Right.
is
Oh, I
still
guess that's true.
she's still yesterday, she's eating a banana, and she started I've only been comfortable doing, like, a banana, we've done a watermelon, we've done, like, bread pieces, and she does pretty well with chewing, but there's still always at least one time where she's, like, gagging on it, and it just stresses me out. So, I actually just told
Yeah.
Nick, like, probably an hour ago that we need to order a life hack because we don't have one. Um, so
Yes. Yeah, those, I don't have one either, but we did before Able, we took a CPR course.
mhm.
So, we do at
Yeah.
least have that,
Yes, we
but
have that.
we don't have a life back.
Yes, but I don't know. I'm like, I had to be CPR certified for so many years, but I still don't trust myself with my own daughter, so it's fine.
Oh, I do know that another thing that I am trying to do this season is, focus a little bit more on me and my partner
Lord.
because Sequoia is now, I say this, but I'm sure she'll be awake tonight, but she's now sleeping a little bit better. We're still not really getting we're not completely rested anymore, but we certainly have a little bit more consistency with where we're at. So I think we can start planning date nights and that type of thing, especially going to the colder months. Like, I just feel like that's a very easy time to like plan some, very cute date nights for us. Since there's always just something going on when there's, snow and bundled up things and the holidays. So it'll make it a little easier. And I think that that is, we're around 8 months now postpartum. I'm like, okay, now guess I get to, re-meet my partner, figure
Yeah,
out who he is, because now I'm coming out of my postpartum haze
yeah,
just a little bit.
just a little. Yeah, I like that. Um, I feel like it's just kind of noticing and making sure like you are aware of how to like get back into, not really get back into, but literally get back into like, the aspects of being a relationship and intimacy and all of that is super important. I know me and Nick have talked about that a lot and like leaning on I was going to say our friends and then family and I was going to say family.
For our
Leaning
family.
on our family because we don't really let our friends watch Naya alone.
Mhm.
But really leaning into that. One thing that is changing for us this season, which is not exciting, is that Nick is officially returning back to the office. So his job
Oh,
got, I think it's a new CEO or something. I don't know. We are an hour and a half away from his headquarters, and he is having to return back to work in like 2 weeks. They let him know last week, so like 3 week notice. So that is going to be a new change in our routine in this season for sure. We're an hour and a half away. So Nick will be having to leave the house at like the 6 at the latest to get to work
oh,
in time to be there for like 9 a.m., I think. And he gets off work at 6.
wow.
So Monday through Thursday, he has to go in the office. So I'll pretty much be on my own during that time. And then he won't see Naya, so it's she goes
Yeah.
down at 7:30, 8:30 at the very latest, depending on that last nap, but yeah. So, very stressed about that, trying not to be. My therapist is we worked on this in therapy, and we talked about, there's just some things that are out of your control, so focusing on the things that we
Mhm.
can control, and one thing I can control is that I have a great job who is very flexible with my in and out time, so a lot of people don't have that. So, just
Yes.
trying to be not stressed, but I am.
That is a lot. Guys, if all of a sudden our podcast stops for a little bit, I'm gonna guess that's why. Because holy crap, I feel for Nick. Like, not seeing your kid, that is gonna really suck.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, that's gonna suck a lot. But that's also 3 hours of driving a day.
No mileage
He better be
reimbursement
up
either.
he better be up to date on our podcast. That's all I'm saying.
It's honestly because he has no
He better
reason not to be, truly.
Yes, right?
Yeah,
You better listen to every episode.
literally
But no,
commenting and
yeah.
liking everything. Yes. Yeah,
But no, I'm
I
just
know.
kidding. Yeah, that's just so much driving too. Like, honestly, I don't know like what you guys' plan is, but hopefully he either finds another job that pays him better, because as job hopping normally pays you better.
Mhm.
But something, that I don't know how sustainable that can be for
No,
so long.
it's
That you just without even like the kid factor, driving 3 hours a day is too much.
yeah, it's not. And then they used to have like a policy, like if you were past 30 miles, then you could stay, and the CEO got rid of that policy, just like, politics, I'm sure he has some
Hmm.
connection with some reason on why he's going back to work. But yeah, so really big change. He's very obviously upset, and his like direct boss is very much like, yeah, like told them that people are probably going to leave. Like it just is what it is. So we'll see. I'll report back my sanity come like
Yeah.
November after because it's October 1st that he starts. So we'll see how we've been doing after like a month of that. It'll be pretty
Yeah.
tough. It's all right.
Yeah. It'll be okay. Well, definitely it'll take an adjustment. And what I always say, like, I just need to get my endurance up every time I go from, a new kid routine change, whatever that looks like. I always have to get my endurance up. And then
Hmm.
once it's up, I feel fine. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, fine, I can do this.
Yeah.
There's like a week or so where I'm like, "Ugh, what am I doing right now? Like, what is my life?"
Yeah.
And then I get over it.
It'll be like that, especially because like we were going in the gym and doing all that, and that's all gone now.
Right. Ugh,
So
right.
change, we'll see how we add that back in. But a positive of what I'm trying to add back in my routine this season is getting back into reading. I used to read
I
like
love that.
30 to 35 books a year, and this year I've read two, maybe. I just finished one, and I read like one in January before Night was born. So yeah, getting back into reading. And I'm excited. I'm not going to do anything crazy or give myself like a number. It's just going to be like whenever I have downtime to not turn on trash TV, to actually turn on my Kindle or open the book. So, yeah,
Yes.
that is something that I'm hoping to get back into and then steadily start getting my, flow in by early next year. So, we'll see.
Yeah, that is such a good idea. I read 2 books at a time. I like have a physical book I'm reading and then I listen to a book.
Okay.
Sometimes it's the same book and sometimes it's not. And right now I have 2 books that I'm listening to, or sorry, that I'm reading and one I'm listening to. And they're great. So if you want some suggestions,
I
I
will
like
take
them
them.
both.
I have to go back to this. So, you listen and read it?
Sometimes, Amazon has WhisperSync.
Hmm.
So if you have like a Kindle and then you have and then the Amazon, no, it's Audible. And then you have the Audible, it'll sync up.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so if you're like, okay, well, like for me, I when I work out, I like to listen to books. And
Okay.
so I'll be just like, okay, well, I'm going to read it and then let me pop into, the
Hmm.
Audible on the exact same page. I think it's Audible. It's Kindle and Audible. Yes, it's Kindle and Audible.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
That's cool. I like that. Hmm. I
Yeah.
didn't think about
Called
that.
Whisper Sync.
I like that. Yeah. So hopefully I'm like really into psychological thrillers and like all that stuff. I was reading the Fourth Wing series and I'm on the last one, but it's just I can't right now. I just need like very light and airy books right now because it just yeah. But I'll get there and I'm excited to get there. But right now we're just what am I reading right now? What did I just start? Oh, the last one of The Housemaid. That's what I'm reading right now because they're
Okay.
coming out with a movie.
That's relevant because
Yes.
they're making a movie.
Yes.
I'll have to read it. Honestly, I think I read another book by that author, and it just was not, it's too predictable for me.
Mm, yeah.
I think it was The Tenant. Is that the same author
I
that
did
made The
read The
Tenant?
Tenant, and I don't think those are the same, but I could be very wrong. I'm not great
Okay,
at
well,
yeah, but I did read The
anyway,
Tenant,
we can
and
do a
that one was
whole thing where we talk about book recs,
we
but
can.
yeah, The Tenant it was like there was like a little bit of misleading, but it just was really
Yeah,
frustrating because it was like you could figure out what was going on, but also like at the end it was kind of like, well, I would have never known that, and it just wasn't good enough for
yeah,
me. Um, anyway, but yeah, it was good-ish.
ish, yeah, yeah. So, we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on how my progress with reading is going. But
I love it.
that's probably
Love
the
it, love
most of
it.
my routine change that I can handle. 'Cause going
Right.
back
I
to work
think,
is
yeah,
the big one, so
basically you're like, my entire routine is changing.
so basically, yes, October 1st.
Yeah. Yeah, the season change is bringing on new routines, and
Mhm.
we can handle it because we're super women. We're mothers.
Fine.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. All
Alright.
right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Just listening to us chit chat about our season changing and everything that goes along with it. And next week, we'll be back with something very entertaining for you, which we don't know what it is, like as always, but we will let you know.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.